and then in Discord, we're allowed to talk within the Discord window.
So, not that hey, if you feel like it, should be popping up on YouTube.
Oh, then let me look.
Hi everybody, we are live. This is no longer Deep for Play. This is EPIOUSIOS. How you doing, Catnap? Just in case everyone's watching. I can start yelling "Good morning, Vietnam." Oh, I don't have a cup of coffee. I've got to get Oswald a Steam key, just for.
Okay, I have to mute the Discord because I'm hearing everything double. Be right back.
So that's gonna be funky. Okay, there's some. I wonder if I'm gonna sound weird. Yes, with you in the audio. Okay, these are some audio bugs I have to work out. Because I'm playing you through the screen, not through Discord. I don't have a speaker in the second monitor, but it shouldn't care. What kind of, I don't have an external speaker beyond my dang monitor. I guess I could put it in headphones. I ate headphones. I don't have cat ears yet. Alright, so where's my audio on this bad boy? Headset. I don't want the microphone on. So the headset might give me a break. Man, I feel like I'm working my way through the Planet of the Apes. Open mic with no processing. Voice isolation. Just your beautiful voice. Let Discord cut through the noise. Alright, so that's not answering my questions. Allow others to use a preview of your stream before they join. Why wouldn't they? We are live. How you doing, Flo? I've got to figure out how to get your voice coming into my headphone. Oh, dang it. The things I do. I would hope most people do not. For communications. That's not got my headphones in. Now, am I doing the Mexican radio where I wish I was in Tijuana. Alright, barbecue iguana. I've never had it. Obi. He went out. Yeah, he's like, I heard the music. Let's go. Dang, they're so greedy. Damn cats. Well, this is great. Things are almost performing well. Any second, everything will break down into a private mix. And we have the digits up on the screen. This shows news live. Well, this will be fun. Technology. This is so much cooler than back in the days of... What was I doing? Last time Oh, you like our, that's our, dungeon entrance. It appears as you get closer. Right? There's only a couple other people here in Remna. One is over at the tree, which I was showing off in the previous thumbnail. 13 hours of processing that thumbnail. I'm like, oh, YouTube doesn't like me anymore. I put 30 pictures up. I'm a filthy human being. I don't know. Would it be the YouTube default server? What server? That would be. Oh, excuse me. I am on the mothership. I'm on the test server, yeah. I am wondering. Yeah, gotta be everything else. Why do I do this to myself? Because it's fun. I decided to share it all. Just share it. He's mad. Right. There's lots of people doing this, right? It's a great idea. Oh, there, I can't see it through the wall anymore, so it shows up. The dungeon entrance. I remember, now I can go back on the maps. I can't remember if Maremna actually existed in the valley, but it existed in this space. It was a nice space back then, too. There's a beautiful tower spot right here. I almost took, but it's shady all the time, so. Now, others probably won't hear you from me, because they're in my headphones when you speak. I'll hear you. That way others can privacy. Unless people want to join us in this. I'll be like Falcon Games. Be like Falcon Games. Where he just acts like, I don't know, I'm gonna say acts. I assume he's actually talking. But often he's like, oh yeah, I get asked that question all the time about MMOs. Or you'll just say, oh yeah, bikini armor. Like some guy's talking about it. I'm hoping for alliances soon. Hear my headphones, but not for the screen. Well, that wouldn't come to the screen. It would only be in Alright. I have to figure that out. It's so easy. I love doing things live. Where'd he go? I don't know. We're there? Oh, he's away. Well, what's I'm doing? Experimenting. Who brought up Tempest the other day? Not the video game. Somebody brought up Tempest here. I can't remember if it was Osgood or you or perhaps someone else. Who knows what? There you go, Tempest Secure. We used to have the green boxes around all our equipment. Tempest cases. Early 90s, mid 90s. And that's what they did. They kept anything from getting out of that box. They did it rather well, actually. I laugh. I looked up my MOS 10 years ago, 97 Golf, and they had released it on the Home Depot. And I'm like, that's a bit modified from what I used to do. We weren't doing drone warfare when I was in, well, they were doing Predators and stuff, but nobody cares. I don't care. Audio, input, capture. It's just gonna give me microphones. Constant. This is also exciting. So the ORS definition, the audio input. And if everybody can hear me, so what, can I be heard again? I don't even know what I just did. That's very strange, because you can hear me in Discord, but I wondered if I had my audio in the stream off. It would seem that I do not have my audio in the stream off anymore. When it comes to the microphone, that is a good thing. I'll tell you what, this is glorious. But once I get it all set up, it'll be boring. Right. Now there's another thing. This is so... Image slideshow. The media itself was what I thought. But there's window capture. Okay. Select the window to capture. Blah, blah, blah. Catnaps Discord. Well. Client area. Capture audio. Wow. That could be interesting. Window matched priority. Capture method. Automatic. Match title otherwise. Find window of same type. Window and title must match. If you're matching, if you're showing it, you do it. Oh god. Okay, there it is, up in the corner. Let me make things larger. Oh, glorious. That's champion. That's champion. Right. Yapping size. No. Throw it down. Window capture. How do I copy these settings? Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you screw something in your hand. I'm suffering Dunham-Kruger. What the hell's going on here? That was smart, man. No, not you. So what, I have a microphone now again? Media doesn't matter. It really weird. Wow, it's difficult for I thank everybody for the patience, as you can or cannot hear me if I move in and out of hearability window capture. Blah, blah, blah. There's so much love. So can't hear you. There's so much love. Force STR. STR. What's that? You go back here. That's exciting. Me now, having duplicated these beforehand, probably would have been... No, that can't be heard again. Audio input. Can I be heard now? Wonderful. What I have to do. of feel like this feels like a SpaceX progress. They're gone. Give me the suck, give me the suck. Zuckerberg was singing that about smoking meats. I'm just trying to be entertaining for whoever can hear me. And what about graveyards? Did they ever fill up? Oh, good. I need validation. I spent a lot of my time wondering. Streaming is a very interesting mental state. Okay. Wow. I think all my scenes match. Boy, now, it was always supposed to capture a little part, but that could be fine. I don't know. What is best practices here? What is best practices? Well, they're lovely. Is that as good as we're going to get?
Yeah, I thought there was some kind of overlay where you just saw little heads that were talking.
Right. You know, I wonder if that... Blending mode, blending method, show transition, high transition, order, which would be on top. Just in case I don't have it that way. They give me a nice little size. Filters, properties. When I selected it, I asked it just to capture the idea itself. Filters. Fixed filters. That's interesting. Chroma key, color. These are all things that I'm just learning right now that have nothing to do with. There's audio filters. There's no size or parameters. Very interesting. I throw it up on the big screen, but it might disappear behind it. That's my only concern. Filters, properties. Capture cursor. Capture client area. There, I'm not capturing client area. Do something change. Oh, I gotta do it. Capture cursor. It doesn't change. We will discover that. Having this stuff on the side isn't necessarily bothering me. Though, I mean, I'll have unhinged minds. I don't think Lana, Unhinged, or Stars Pass server craft by Craftaholics mine. That doesn't seem to mind. I did send Oswald in, but he's probably sleeping like. Well, it could be. I don't know his work schedule. My bad. Yeah, a little bit of editing on that could be interesting. I will view, most likely. The tutorial someday. Well, you finally decide if you want to go on. Oswald basically asked for a Steam key to try to remember the cat's names, so I wasn't sure if I was actually going to hurt him. Because he's been... That's kind of unfair. Alright, no, I'm not saying it. Okay. 3D challenge. So bright, absolutely brilliant. Okay, I guess this works. I'm glad to have you. Whoa, you're loud, kiddo. Let's go down. Let's take you downstairs. The Yours I have has two 12-volt speakers in it. It kind of chimes in when you start getting up to 80. I have it at 70. Should just turn it down so when the pigs yell at me. I'm glad you guys can't see the remote pop up. That would just be gauche. Yeah, it has a remote. It's a TV. There. I'll turn it back on for them. There, get her back. 3840, 2160. That's how you refresh in Horus. Hopefully I'm still showing. It looks like I'm still showing. Doing nice. What's going to happen when they kill PCs? When they say no more PCs. No more. We're not doing it. Everybody has to have a tablet. Obi, come on. Your patience is a virtue. Let's go. Let's go. Coffee. Now there was a big deal. I was mentioning just before. Everything fell apart. Oh, really didn't. But, that YouTube is a trust thing. A trust thing. They want to know if they can trust you. They want to know if your material will keep showing up. They want to know if you'll offend your viewers or not. Because some people get off on that. They make content that has gotchas in it. Not like you're watching Quasar. If you're watching Quasar and you're surprised by something he does, it might be your first time. I didn't want this building at all, actually. Yeah, I know. Come on, Catnap, let's get into the mode of things. I was on the PAX DEI group chat. I hope you can still hear me, Flo. Hope I haven't changed anything. It's funny.
I can hear you.
Thank you, Flo. I'll stop asking someday, and then no one will be able to. But I was on the group chat on Steam. And in February was the last chat that I was shown. Well, no, there was one after that, but it was in Portuguese or you know, I believe. But, which I couldn't read. But, so guys, this game's dead. With all these people in the group chat, there's still nobody active. And I was like, well, that is true at this point. I'm like, wow, that's very interesting. There are a lot of people. I mean, I still had Myth of Empires Steam open. The group chat come up. I have my chat open now. Where are you? Friends. Discussions. Messing with Steam. Discussions. No. Oh, that's for itself. Where's the darn chat? Community. PAX DEI. Until I get around. Oh, never mind. I'm over it. But it was. There's that. So we had the group chats. And I just had Myth of Empires and PAX DEI. And PAX DEI did have a lot of people in it. A lot of people. But none of them playing PAX DEI. Which, I mean, that's not a precursor to being in PAX DEI chat. But they weren't chat about it. And no one responded to this person to say, yes, you're right, or you're incorrect. But my son was watching, and he was like, that's not so hot. And he's a critic. But I mean, he's not afraid to criticize. Well, He is young. But I was like, well, here, let's go over to SteamDB. If you want to do something depressing today, look up anything that you used to like in SteamDB. Well, I'll tell you, it's very strange to me. Most all, everything that I have played was a nice thing. It turned out to be, well, okay, there's a couple things I'm not going to mention. But anyway, you always have your fun. I mean, come on, Peach Beach Splash. It's a fun game. I never bought the clothes. That's just weird. How's it weird? I know. Alright, I made straw. We gotta make a pier. Yeah, it's building design. I've got to get tuned in with other people and make sure I have grace flowing. Actually made the steps to the road. That's a proud moment for me. The only thing I ever try to do is connect the road. If I cannot connect with the road in any meaningful way, I make a bridge. You know, you get your things. You get the things you like to do best. You need to make enough logs. I actually had one on us. That was something that was distracting myself from. So right, you know, when it comes down to like losing previous content, old PAX DEI is actually pretty uninteresting to people. You know, they want to see it move forward, I say. First and foremost, if I were to consider other people, which is what I do. You know, there's a lot of folks who, I need to make when the sun comes over, the water reflects deeply under things. And so I like that reflection in what I make. So looking at how far out in the water I managed to get, which it won't let you claim all the water. It's an interesting little area based on their rules. I think one of the primary issues Mainframe started out with was how their plots worked, which were just a circle, which would go into pill shape. It didn't do this margin, you know, where you lose. That's not such a bad idea, except there are a couple things about it I don't like. The redeeming queue issue, that's kind of bogus. You don't have to use anything outside your circle. And if you were like, well, okay, I'll just leave everything in my circle, I'll avoid that altogether, then you don't have connecting developments. So that just, you know, it's kind of this counterintuitive. It is exactly counterintuitive on that level. And it doesn't promote, I mean, they came out, hey, we want you to build. Build. Spend time building. That's the time exchange. You need to speaking of the devil, you need to give them time. That's where their ratings are on Steam. People are like, oh, look at all the people having fun. I want to meet people like them. Can they be? I don't know. If they like PAX DEI, they could. That might be the other thing. People spending time, well, of course, I think we all remember the major complaints, but it is a grind. It is too much. We want shorter cuts. Okay, I played other games. And they were a bigger grind. Like, dude, so much less enjoyable, much more stark environment on a curve. The environments were not okay, like You know, with Skyrim, you had to use all sorts of shader mods to get that sucker to the way everybody thinks it does. And it goes right back to the heck almighty. That's Bethesda, isn't it? I can't remember that. It must be. Because it basically looks like Fallout. Different palette. I like Fallout. I'm just saying. I don't know how it's exactly going to connect. It's really very nice as far as extension. I thought they changed the physics on these things. Like, okay, there's an orange. Alright. Alright. Makes sense now. Kind of. I mean that. Okay. For any of you who don't enjoy building videos in the future, you should have watched it live. Then you would really know how really like it. I like people who know what they're doing, because I'm not one of them. I don't really think about things before I do. Like most of you have seen this before. I'm figuring out what I can do. And then I'll go, oh, now that I know I can do that, and that's the way it is. Like a cut at Tons's nose, up at a dish, now that you have it, you want to give it away. It's like the plot you have. As soon as you build a little house, you're going along like, oh, I need more stone. You're out looking for more stone. Well, that's a nice place. I should move. One thing nice about PAX DEI is it doesn't prevent that. Oh, I want a curve. I really want this much. I could be up here. I have to find out where I am before I find out where I'm going. Apparently enough people help them with crazy builds, with crazy zany builds here in Arcadia. They congratulated them on their efforts. And I was like, it must be an on that. I think that's the most populated area. I need a welding hat. That's what I need. All the customer goes out. Get out the door. But they were talking about trust. I was. YouTube has an interesting way of doing trust. And, well, AI isn't a matter of accuracy. It's just finality. You can be reminded to say sorry. You admit that you must be disappointed, which may be fatal. I don't have these problems. Not that I'm emotionless. YouTube's, I guess they pay out a lot of money to put videos on this stuff. I pay nothing. More than I would to play it. Recording, yeah, it takes a few hours off the mule. But the mule's already way beyond its hours. I think. I did an average one time. I remember. I pretty much came up with the idea. You got rid of 5,000 hours on your average piece of component. It's not too bad. I did like when we used to be able to put things on the water and they would just turn green. Now you can't do that. They changed the water, where you can't just put things out in the water that turn green. Made it easy for setting down paths. In verse 1, I never got a chance to build a bridge, but I did build lots of paths for people. This ought to be a joy. That'd be great carpentry this season. Mess it all up. And red? No. Probably can't wait for the distance. We're halfway through the year. It's almost my birthday. My 56th year. Joy. Yeah, I'm making a mess. That's how you do it. I always put storage cases in the wrong place, storage chests in the wrong place. Always. Always the wrong place. It's the funnest thing to do. Damn it. Did you see what else I can? Let's work on that one. I haven't checked chat either. Which one did I empty? The wrong one. I'm gonna raise this floor to get up over the bushes. Brilliant idea. Glad I came up with it. I don't think it's ever cost you anything to be not so efficient with construction. There was a time when you didn't get a return. Think of it. I can no longer remember whether like Conan, in Period when you destroyed stuff, it recycled. Chipped back to its, elements, or as a solid thing, depending. I'll be moving this to go to that corner, but not so quickly. Beyond this point. I have Frank Lloyd wrong architecture. I really, man, I'll tell you, maybe it's just children that really like Frank Lloyd Wright. Because it seems that everybody when they're grown up sees all the problems with his work. He made a lot of money doing it. Not that it stood the test of time. He did really cool things too. I'm glad people gave him the money to do all that silly stuff. If that's the case, that's all people can add it up as. Oh, suckos. Well, there were a few very wealthy people who, they're never going to have a place that nobody else has. I used to look them up. I used to be able to recite quite a few names of them. Just been so long. Of course, everybody knows falling water. You go up to there, it's an interesting tale of technology and tragedy. I mean, if you put a bunch of cement on rocks with a waterfall going under it, you're gonna get some challenges. A little moisture. Just a little moisture. That's the same cement they were using in many other situations we could think of. World War II. Nuclear bomb shelters. I mean, it's not like cement was in history. I don't know if that's cement. Yeah, if I'm gonna wear headphones, I hate cameras. Sounds so cool. I do like these headphones. They're very light. Logitech's little line of white items. It's not white supremacy. It's just white. Well, I don't know. I'll ask. It's funny how America's such a free country. They have to pay for racism to exist. I mean, beyond your normal teenagers who just look at each other and say things and stab each other on football fields. Can you cut the baskets? Now, personally, I thought PAX DEI would be popular with people who want to, like, you know, have a little bit of depth and time. There shouldn't have been much problem with that. Hey, there's games out there where you pressure wash mud off a badly rendered vehicle. Oh, look at that! It's a Ford. You could tell that before it was. But, you know, that's why I say everybody, there's nobody lesser or greater than me. Yeah, someone can play a pressure washer video game. They might design missiles. Cool. I don't enjoy pressure washer video games. Make my brain die. Most of what Steam sells is adult. That's the largest industry. They revel in it. They couldn't possibly give it up. So much bloody money. These little MMOs and stuff, they're a good little charge, you know? Because the guys who do adult stuff, they're not in the chat. They're not doing community stuff. They're not putting up tons of pictures in the community chat. And Steam, that's how they say, look, people are using us. Look, people are here. You know, they get their little share of the market. It's important. Just like PAX DEI, they want their share of the market. They want your time so that when people look up PAX DEI, they can see that there are people. One of the favorite things for the MMO reviewers, game reviewers, after they've successfully destroyed a game with all their, shenanigans, they then review dead MMOs. Of course they have a list, right? They have a list of these MMOs that are dead. And they're like, oh, I found somebody. Is that going to be us sometime? I'll tell you, if a streamer came in and said, oh, I'm in a dead MMO, look, I found somebody. Yeah, somebody who's streaming you. Welcome to my home. what if getting back up to 300 videos again? I mean, I'm going straight 4K. Everything's running so much better. I could run 4K flat out, just flat out. I mean, yeah, your PC, if it, you know, with the monitors flow and running online, it might be a little bit more robust than mine at doing that. And this one just happens to be doing this rather well. Pretty cool. Not the case earlier. Discord used to run horribly. Horribly. Same conditions. Same rig. Well, okay, 32 gigs less RAM, but same rig. Unless the RAM is such a... Oh, this campfire. No, don't put anything anywhere.
That's why I kind of stopped streaming, because I can't play and stream at the same time.
It is a... I suck at, you know, sound like a sarcastic bragger. I caution myself. But it's like, dude, I don't know. This should not be a streaming rig. But apparently it is. Unless it looks horrible, which you wouldn't watch it if it looked horrible. I'm pretty sure, Flo, you'd say, hey, nice try. Catch you around. Go for it. I hope you do well. But yeah, people wouldn't watch it. And I think most of the complaints were probably about, obviously, about me than the quality. I don't think many people watched it in 4K. That's a lot of buffing for a lot of people. So they probably, you know, in 1080 or whatever they are, 12, whatever. But giving it 4K, I get better 1080 and I get better 2K results on YouTube because you have plenty of information for them to give, theoretically. Well, when I used to supply myself information, you know, convert and go from raw and all these other things, and you watch your quality getting zapped as you convert. Mask, I do need a mask. No, I forgot. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That guy needs so much money. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Cookie. This cat is the smallest cat I have. You can head bump a chair like he means it. It's got a grip. Don't you start nails in my computer. Come on, come on. Cats. The original catfishers. Some things I'm going to learn from restarting a channel, though. I picked up a bunch of subscribers. At first, they were enthusiastic about PAX Day. I think my mic had a strange... Well, I had it going through Sonic. Although I didn't know it. That was just in the background. It had installed with the Asus crate, Armory crate, whatever it is. It's like the first thing you uninstall after trying to use it, just to find out what everybody else already knows. But it's a pain. Runs in the background. But just thinking of something. But my mic was really washy, kind of like talking through water, and I wasn't listening to my videos. And then someone said, hey, your mic is like really faint. It was not only faint, it was nearly effeminate. And I was like, oh, maybe that's why I got all those subscribers. And you know, for all my yapping, you'd think maybe I notice things in some clear way compared to others. Don't assume that. I look at things differently, perhaps. I've been told for so long. It might be true. But, I had not noticed. I forgot what I was talking about. Because I'm thinking about other things. Anyway, quality, the way things look. Trying to get it right. Kimby Gaming. She really moves through the game rather well. And she uploads in 2K, I believe, streaming. Which, I don't think you get 2K streaming. Maybe you can. You get 1080. But then there are particular things. Like what card you're using, what CPU, what motherboard. The motherboard I have, of course, is... Man, it's unsupported anymore. Supported? Well, they still had a BIOS labeled for it exactly. Yes, this is for your 680E-F Wi-Fi. I looked up and down, there was no other boards by name. I was like, oh great, I'm always buying these. It's fine. The reviews on it were terrible. But the main review issue on it was the fact that the Wi-Fi didn't work. I was like, I don't want it for Wi-Fi. So cool. What am I doing? I'm making a mess. I'll be erasing the other things. They're gonna class. One thing I really appreciate about PAX DEI is the canvas. Canvas? Yes, canvas. Replace the canvas. No, I don't equally appreciate everybody. But everybody has space here. It was always a sucker punch with games when they invited housing. Linen Labs was the same issue. When Linen Labs did player housing, with just your base membership, you got 125 or 250 meters squared. And how you doing, Ray?
Yo,
Flo, meet my son.
Oh, hey, Ray.
only sticking around.
How's the quality, son?
Oh, it's good.
Wow. Well, that's a big deal.
And
Yeah, go
you're
ahead.
able to hear me on the screen as well?
Yeah. I'm ready to hear.
No skipping, no audio weirdness.
Nope.
Beautiful. Things have gotten better. Brave new world. And shoot Discord. Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, you're out of here?
Out.
Okay.
Just wanted to say.
I'm glad you did.
Nice to meet you.
Let's move this way.
My son, if you want someone who's heard all the stories, and heard them 20 times, trying to imbibe some guidance these days. It's madness what the kids go through. I didn't want you there. You're not right. actually, I love that. When they started doing duplicate build, it was like, that is awesome. Why did I replace it? Just so I know it was it where I wanted it. Yeah, Myth of Empires lets you build like crazy, but that was an ever-expanding circle. Maybe 360 meters in circumference at its max. That was an estimate. That was an estimate giving how many blocks that were 1 meter I could use as the circle expanded, but then it got too large for the terrain. But no one could, once you set down your little tribute, what do they call it, whatever that was, kind of a statue that you had to worship and pray to. No, you didn't. You just had to put money in it, or wheat, or other resources, and that would either increase or at least maintain your radius. But once you put your little tiny radius down, you're like, yay, I can build it now. Nobody could build any closer to you than your maximum. So you started out all apart like that if you chose to be close together, and then your radiuses would reach out, but they wouldn't touch. And so you'd have gaps where you could also put smaller, you got 2 territorial flags that you could plant while you were out and about. And you could put a bedroll in the middle of them, because they operated like Conan on the bedroll save point. Which is not ingenious enough, but me a mess. That's the architect. Oh, that's not right. Now, of course, we don't do bedrolls. We don't do save spots. You cannot be attacked. In Myth of Empires, you could be attacked while you were offline. Your body was there. So you had to lay in a place where no one could attack you through your walls or gain access to your structure, because they were very keen to do so while you were away. If not themselves personally, they would bring in mobs. I don't know why people call our mobs NPCs. We don't have NPCs, but people still call them NPCs. And it's like, dang it, stop it. Well, you don't have to stop it, but... Mobiles. They don't have any function. Oh, that's not bad. Sometimes I reconnect pieces just to, because when you slide things into place, you might not connect at one end or another. It's not too wide. It's going to be under it. And the deck is going to be over. Is that my mother? And it's going to be over. Or a full charge. That's probably what it is. Yes, it's a full charge. Oh, wonderful. Is Elon Musk posted anything for me to... Yeah, I got it out. He probably has me blocked. He posted this cartoon of AOC learning what economics were. I know I mentioned this before, but it's not on record anymore. Which, you know, to make a cartoon of the obvious just isn't very entertaining to me, especially if you're using a multi-billion-dollar AI to do it. Just hire an art student to do AOC facing a book on economics. And I guess she runs around. She knows economics very well. That's why she can be a communist. She understands how to break down a society based on... You can get the books online. And really, if you want to know how to break down a country, it's much simpler. Just destabilize it. It's kind of like Israel. Nothing's really like that. It's like, well, you know, Israelites are destroying Israel. Well, yeah, they are. They're making it so people do not want to raise children, have families, or risk investment there. And if we don't understand how to destroy countries these days, well, that's how you do it. You make it too dangerous for it to prosper. You don't have to destroy it. You just make it too dangerous. I mean, shoot, there's perfectly prosperous countries, but just because they don't want to have kids, they don't like each other, whatever it is anymore, they're disappearing. And so that then there's no war, there's no aggression. But just imagine if there's aggression. I mean, if you're going to stop having problems, the Israelis stop kidnapping their people. That would be it. Or firing missiles into the cities. Those people, I mean, they're liars. I'm not quite sure. If I walk up to somebody and they say, what was real attack first? Okay, so you were there somewhere back in the 40s? Verify that because there's no historical record of that. I mean, they have victory museums. The other side. Where they claim victory. For everything. So there. They claim victory for everything. What does anybody have against Israel? Now, a lot of people are ticked off because, well, Netanyahu's doing stuff. Oh, okay, so if you open the Bible, sorry, Israel's going to build a temple. And it's going to be on the mount. They're going to be sacrificing in that temple. Anybody has a problem with that, well, take it up with God. Not my fault. Now, did God say that's what has to be happening for him to come back? No, it's just actually a fact. That's what's going to be happening. People don't want that to happen. Take a look at God. He's pretty listening. I'm very sure of that. The back braces, this is where I get in trouble, trying to create a pattern. Starts looking all spidery. Hey, I'm out of wood. Yes. More wood. I've reached level 35 using the stone axe. Was it 35? 34. No, hold it. Dang it. No, I reached 34 with the grass axe. What was the other one? Dang it. I think no, that was Morty. Morty got the stone axe. I'm not confused. It's not really confusion at all. Which of my dollies was doing what? These dollies here. Always playing with dolls. My G.I. Joe. Of course I have to get things going before I start breaking axes and all. Man, the sun through the trees is so much better. I mean, verse 1 was pretty hot when it came to the ray tracing and all. Everything was very atmospheric compared to now. They've eased that a lot. Eased that a lot. I found out, hey, maybe that's why God shut down my, ooh, wow, that's getting decibels on Look at that. That's pretty tough. There's mud. Let's drop them down. All fun. Yeah, must be good. Good. Or maybe. still whacking it like they're hitting the bell, you know, it's going all the way to the top. Like, man, but it's just the chop sound. Probably on pig screws too. Oh, give people a break. I still enjoy chopping. Are those stumps standing up higher than they used to? No. I wonder if they're ever going to change. They've changed the tree chopping mechanics several times over the verses. Well, not several, excuse me. Since the pre-release, they had like this flat chop where they kind of fell at a hinge. And they did another thing instead of that equal drawing in from all sides. Hello, pig. Too busy for you. I think very often of all the folks who have done streaming, not, well, okay, when PAX Day released, all the gamers came in and they did their video, or two. Some stayed a little bit more, but it all petered out. Last night in Discord, I'll resubscribe again. I unsubscribed again just because I want to get my feed straight. What's going into my server as far as their releases. So I need to go through their channel and do that properly. So I don't just go to my server and see what they most recently placed instead of getting distracted over there. And organize that on my channel, which is pretty much just a mess. It was never really meant for anything but my own entertainment. Oh, subtlety. But if you're going to invite people to the dang server on Discord, or whatever the channel server, however, you might as well tidy up the place. Make it a bit presentable. Big it is. Wouldn't hurt. Where are the strawberries go? Let's have some strawberries. Am I here to prove that you can play PAX Day for the rest of your life? Yeah, I think I'm doing that. Will it be here? Well, that's what was up in Discord. What was up in Discord was people saying, we're talking Diz. I was like, really, Diz? Diz, man, he's always saying something. But, you know, people get on there and they say, it's a dead game. Just like in that chat. All these people and not one plan. That's right. You know, they're all waiting for their horse. I'm not sure what. They're going to stuff all their goods at the butt of a horse. And they're going to travel at, I guess, nearly sprint speed. And they'll be like, yeah, this changes the whole game for me. I can now shove twice as much of the horse's keister and use it as a U-Haul than I ever could as a person. I think they should include weight and volume just to see. Hey, if Mainframe was like, you know, what would break the back of PAX Day? Just really the last straw. Just have people saying, oh, that's it. Mass and volume. I'd still be here. Oh, you can't carry more than 200 pounds. Wow, most people couldn't do that. I mean, 180 is an infantry pack. And you got, you know, 20 pounds worth of gear on you, if you just, to say the least. And backpacking, shoot, go out for 2 weeks. Even if you have a food drop off halfway, you know, pick up, you know, all sorts of stuff, big bags of gourd or whatever else. I always gotta know where a pizza joint is, and if you got that in your area. sometimes there's a nice coffee shop, or if you're on a highway. People feel much better if they have a reward they're walking toward. Especially pizza. But, I mean, we only carry so much. Now, if you check out EPIOUSIOS in Russia, you know, they can carry like 3 bags of flour, seemingly 100 pounds of pop. Of course, they're bent over and they're not moving at top speed. But nobody remember those pictures of Russia? But anyway, it's beautiful. The blue ship. And we're not talking about it in a false bankrupt way. He had a little bit of weirdness about the blue ship. Maybe he just liked to do, you know, shots with them because they're so darn funny. And the Russian, so lively. I learned Russian really quickly just for a quick reason, actually. Yes, I was going to find Snowden and have lunch with him, but no. I don't know if you wanted to do that. No. In person, I never thought about stealing from the military. That'd be a bad way to go on with him. But we had guys who filled dumpsters full of stolen munitions, whether from us or the opposing forces. All sorts of things. All sorts of mail. I laugh at how many stories I've heard. I mean, I keep saying it. I'm the guy who watched the guy try to hang himself with a buffer by dropping the buffer out a third-story window in Fort Leonard Wood. They had the rolled windows and the hurricane windows. Oh, that's Joshua's phone, I think. My mother laughs at the fact that I found out my channel was deleted and started another one. I just had to wait time. She's like, what sense does that make? I don't know. If they have so much proof that you're a horrible person, why would they let you have an immediate second chance? I mean, Google knows. As you brought up, Flo, did Google block you? No, it's very strange. All my accounts are connected. And so Google knows who's who. I mean, it's immediate. Oh, it's the same guy. Greed never sleeps. I put in that stupid little video. I love that little video. It took 5 minutes to make. Basically, as long as it took to play it. Crafty. So crafty. Steady crafting. Oh, the puppet, that's what he used to say. Well, he's not. You know, keep on steady crafting. You have to start putting benches in. Carotina's going to be back here. She's not as jacked up on skills. Oh, I do need some cement foundations, don't I? I gotta make it look like there's some architectural feasibility. Not feeble. Diesel. Roots. I'm gonna raise this whole structure. I realized that in the scene. Another thing I like about PAX DEI, very forgiving, very simple, no pressure. Keep built things in Empyrean, you're under pressure, you're under enemy attack. You're running out of air, you're running out of water, you gotta stop and look for food, you'll starve to death. You know, the survival stuff. And you can play it co-op perfectly well. Or you can play the broken version. That's a massively multiplayer. But none of the quests work. Which of course doesn't matter to any of us. The opposite? Ooh, it only has two. Why don't I like repetitive textures? Well, most likely Flo has noticed repetitive textures across the horizon for years. You know, just the patterns showing up. Why not just seek a higher ground? I guess. I think it perfectly spoils some with a big, huge wall. You just see pattern, 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 pattern. No break in it. If you look at walls, you didn't often have that choice. There were breaks, terrains, variations. You didn't have that just banding forever. I'm sure there's a couple of examples of very consistent walls. All around Jerusalem. They're not consistent. They're named different, they look different, they were built, well, restored at different times from the original structures. Archaeology. You can't make up too many stories when it comes to archaeology. Not when you look at it. That's what I like about it. We should have archaeology in PAX DEI. Now, when people have to walk around chopping down small trees all day, yes, that's why I did so many beginner videos. Here I am chopping down small trees. I mean, really, 15, 20 minutes, a little bit of food, you've got 1,600 wood. You know, 15, 20 minutes. No big deal. 1,600 wood goes a long way. I don't know what took them so long to cheapen charcoal. I mean, it doesn't really matter now. There's not enough people on to say, yay! Now they're going to have people on less time. I think the height, oh God, am I going to say it? What was it yesterday? Was it 500? Does it matter? 500 sounds good to me, unless you're trying to make enough money to keep all these servers going. Why am I on the mothership? Why do I spend so much time on the mothership? You might actually see me withdraw my claws all the way back. Depending on mainframe, the cut of their jib. Do I think they would only leave the mothership going? Well, it's the original PAX DEI. They tried to change that idea. It's like, no. If you put PAX DEI here first, this is where PAX DEI comes from. If they start putting it on the live server first, well then that changes that. But this is where PAX DEI comes from. If you want to pay PAX DEI as it is right now, you've got to be here. Well, that's a jinky mess. Well, not at this point. There's 1 gig off. It's still a 1 gig, I think, difference, and I do not know what that gig is. I can look. You can look in your files. I used to do that, but for other things like screen ratios or for a set frame rate, if you wanted to set your frame rate, before they had choices, before anybody gave you a choice. Do I still have my mic on? This might be my mic. Okay, well, I'm just going through going, hold it, which mic do I have in Discord? Well, it's got the blinking thing. I have the headphone mic, so it's like, I just wonder where it shows up. In Discord. No. Damn it. Never mind. I'm so smart. I don't know why anybody ever gave me a job in the army. That's why I worked alone. Under Clinton, I had handlers.
Oh, you got it.
What is it? Did I fall out? Did I go away?
Oh, you're back now.
I wonder what it was. Maybe it's... Okay, so the mic thing, it pauses when you put it all the way up. So maybe it was a moment of the system wondering what I was doing.
Oh,
Because you're being heard in my headphones, so I can make sure to hear you guys and hear what you said. And I put up a stream on Steam earlier, just seeing, their adjustments. Well, it started one, whether I liked it or not. I think I just hit the wrong button, but I went with it. And it started the echo battle, the feedback battle between the Oris and the mic. I was like, okay, could we find a way out of this? Well, it only gets worse. But they're just too close to each other for some systems, just the way they do it. Missing? I ain't missing you. Oh, I'm missing you. Since you've been gone away. I ain't missing you. It's worse. When I sing that music, I actually have the video going through my head, too. No matter what. So I can get that whole emotion. And it's still VHS. I don't screw up the quality. Everybody does that, right? Once for the memories. Dean Martin. Now I remember his name finally. Sweet, sweet, thanks that you gave to me. Just a moment on the chopping block. Sweet, sweet, things that you gave to me. One more, one thing. I don't know how D. Martin goes with Peter Tosh, though. That's the way it works. What's the point? What's the point of building anything? I do ask myself this. Second Life, you had a point to building something, just for comparison. But not until people made it so. They gave you a Linden. You can sell things for the amount of your choice. I start to need support. Whatever price you wanted. And you quickly found out what supply and demand was. Whether it was hats with aircraft going around your head, butterflies following you in your footsteps, shoes that made the right audio sounds, and looked like Italian, they were replicas. They had alpha layers that your feet would disappear, be hidden. It was all routed, but you put them there. You adjusted them. You had to make everything look like it did. There was no, well, you could res something, and then it was as it was, but there was no way, man, just to put something down the way it was impossible. Structures, buildings, everything. Wild times. I really don't want to go there. I don't want beams there, I don't want to overlap. Okay, that's not really a cheap way to do it. 4-3, yeah, that's cheap. It's cheap. Simple punch it. But this is not Second Life. This is not Linden Labs. A lot of people want this to be WoW, and I was like, well, that'd be ridiculous. I mean, it's just a big carnival. You go there, you find things to do. It's a big carnival. You find friends, maybe. You go out to whatever that darn island or the special place they made. I was there when they started that. And we'd all run around the island picking up specials on our mounts. And then with Thanksgiving, you show up at the tables, and Christmas, you show up at the tables, and you have the pie eating contest, you go to different areas, you collect all this stuff, meet people, say hi. But that's after you've already killed everything. You've already seen everything. The only thing left is dungeons to go to, and that's just a matter of finding enough people to go, but then you could join in, but then you got ripped off. That was always a problem. Getting what you needed out of the dungeon. Someone else always needed it, which, kind of made sense for a while until they always needed it. It's like, okay, roll for it. There's all sorts of strange, I could barely remember WoW. Just because I don't remember it very often at all. I think, what the little trolls, the little goblins, they had a cute island that we started out on. Little missions. That was fun. Otherwise, though. Yeah. And that could really offend people. Offended by a video game. Offended because your video game got looked at a little closely. Okay. But maybe not. I would love to actually get a person who is into WoW currently to talk about, quite literally, well, why not PAX DEI? Well, WoW has this. Okay, an established crowd. That's going to pretty much get nearly every competitor to WoW to tap out every time. I mean, because really, who has that? Okay, so let's exclude a massive player base. Nope, you can't. That's why they can, over 10 years and more, keep updating it and make it what it is now. Someone was complaining about Rust going woke. I'm like, how did that even happen? I guess I know what it is, but it was something different. It was people who were saying, you can't talk to me anymore because everything you say makes me angry and makes me want to attack you and hurt you. It doesn't matter what people say, I'm not allowed to attack them, hurt them. With any legal defense, I mean, you could. You're not going to fare well if it gets, law enforcement gets involved. But, that aside, go ahead. I saw someone arrested for throwing a birthday cake at another person. I mean, and that was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Assault. With a birthday cake. But that's assault. Hey, but you know, but it wasn't assault, it wasn't enough. You know, people play those games. Okay, then what is enough? And where's the line? You keep playing the games, you know, and the games suck. You know? Stupid games, stupid prizes. Some sarcastic person would say. Not me. Stupid games, stupid prizes. Yeah, this is the first time I've had real wood in game. Yes, not the Tootsie Roll wood, which I will not give Mainframe a single compliment over. I mean, if there's anything default in the game, like default asset from Unreal, I would not even step into a debate about it. If two people are going, no it is, yes it isn't, right, right, no it is, yes it isn't, I do these things for fun. But, you wouldn't hear me speak. I'd be like, Tootsie Roll wood, no matter what it is. I don't care where it came from. Tootsie Roll wood. You know, it's the Christmas poo. Howdy-ho! You roll these things out. They're a directionless idiocy. Oh, don't take them out. Why take away our variety? Add insult to injury, you know? Well, now we don't even have it. It looked terrible, and now we don't even have it. Mainframe. I don't know if they know. I mean, okay, I could talk about what's in Helsinki, but I can't talk about what's in Mainframe. Helsinki's an interesting place. And since all my videos are off the air, I just might start off on the wrong foot right now. We could talk about Ukraine next. Biological labs. There's reasons. There's reasons for things. Do you need as many posts as that? You're using up all your wood. You transfer strength upward through the structure. I should be checking these just to prove. Because there is, you know, you can see a difference. I watched a video where someone said, you know, putting wood inside. I mean, don't just build out of stone, they were saying. Put wood inside the stone. Okay, but that's not going to be very popular with people who are sick of chopping down trees, which I'm not. I don't care. I can chop down trees all day. They're all right here. And they keep coming back. And they have been coming back. Now, okay, the little tiny trees, I can skip them. But they're gone. I chopped them all down. Starting with like a big basin campsite. I have to do something different soon. Or actually, I wasn't going to say big basin. Anybody ever been to the Bohemian Grove? I went there too young to remember it, but I remember the mess hall. Some guy took a kayak there, and I was like, did they ever paint the building? I mean, literally. And I think while they had a lot of platform structures, you could put big tents on. You know, but then they'd be removed while no one was there. They'd just be the platform. And they were large. Apparently they have all sorts of outbuildings there now. It was really empty. Though I was a child, I didn't see every bloody road. I didn't see every bloody place. And I didn't even see anything like, you know, when I watched Alex Jones check it out, I was like, well, I remember that big owl, and people call it the owl. I forgot what they gave it. They have a name for it. They have a name for everything. But everybody can look this stuff up, so I really don't talk about it. Because I wasn't an involved person. My family is, though. I never went through any initiation. I never... Scottish order. Never... I was in the army. I was doing other things. I laugh. I was watching this video where this guy, I guess he wore around a Masonic ring. He was talking about videos. Most stories are BS that you're going to see on YouTube. They're created by AI, and then this guy's reading it all wide-eyed, and it's not even a real thing. You get the guy Story Crow. He shows you the book he's reading it out of. And some of those books are still available on Google because only the people who could prove trademark infringement or copyright got their scanned work removed from Google, and Google did all that back in 2010 and before. They scanned like every book. That's when Bill Gates was funding the library in Seattle, and the librarians were like, awesome, let's order books. And he's like, no, I didn't give you money for books, I gave you money for computers. You can look up all the books on the computers. How did he know this? Because Google was scanning every bloody thing it could find on the planet. But they said, no, we're getting books. He almost cut funding. You can look it up. They got the wall climbing. Oh, you could climb, okay. If you want to clean the glass, you gotta be a boulder, you gotta repel. Or ascend, really, but. Yeah. Man, time's fun when you're having flies. I must say, PAX DEI makes the Coke look good. I was just saying the other day that we lost it. Telling a guy or gal, YSR, in the Discord chat. In fact, I'm going to take a break. Why? Because I don't want these to be too long. They're taking 24 hours or more to process. So it's like, well, at least the first one's up nice, and it looks clean. I was very worried about that. Thinking, oh, it's just going to look like garbage. No one's ever going to... Twitch only keeps these things for 7 days, which is probably wise. Maybe people watch them after 7 days? I don't know. Where are you? Let's go to the fun world. Would you like to take a walk? Do you think it's gonna rain? Would you like a sarsaparilla? Let's get there first before I pop it up. It's funny, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listings for PAX DEI. I'm not sure exactly how they measure out over time. One is for the Founders Pack, it just being DLC stuff, so you can actually look at that and see how many people bought Founders Packs, I guess. Here, I might as well show you guys. Oh, Flo and I, no one else. The Founders Pack, the base game itself, and the different bundles here for the other ones, Artisan and Master. I guess this might have come out later. The $17.99. I don't even know if they've changed that price over time. These are not the prices. Price history. They did. They went down a little bit. $19.99. When I bought it, that was September 3rd, 2024. Well, I don't know when I bought it actually. I don't know. It wasn't expensive, but that isn't the Founders Pack. That would be a different price. Oh, the Hawa. So the last time it was over 1,000. Well, okay, yes, the last time it was over 1,000 was the 14th of June, which isn't too far. This being the 20th. Not many people interested then. I'm sure Mainframe doesn't find it too. Wonderful. Oh, but last week. Last month. 3 months. This is unfortunately more than typical for many things. Many things. But you might notice a rise. That's all because of me, right there. That's me. That was me in all my videos, begging people. No, I didn't beg. I beseeched. How it all goes down. From release to free week. They were mentioning on Discord, are we going to do another free week? I might as well finish with Diz fed in on. Everybody's saying it, but he fed in on it going, you know, maybe someone will buy PAX Day and put all the stuff we want in it. Okay, the only reason there isn't all the stuff we want in it is because we can't do that and actually have the thing work. There's no way to do that. There's no modern example of doing that. You can say Ashes of Creation. No, you can't. You can say New World. No, you can't. You can't. You can't say anything. I mean, Fallout 76 is probably your best example of a walking, talking MMO, which I found out if you jump on these servers, which you don't have a choice, and it doesn't have a place to put your structure, it just tells you. See you next time. So you can swap servers forward, but I believe if you want to recycle to the same server, it would seem that you or one of your friends you're connected to, someone would always have to be on that server. Or, if like a wipe or something else, someone would have to establish a server, everybody else could check in, and someone would have to always be there. At least one person would have to always be there. I'm talking shifts, you know, not just one person. But to send invites, to bring everybody back to a familiar place. Although it's all familiar, but the thing is that the whole team joins. You have to have invites to get there. So that's very nice. 873. 642. It wasn't looking so nice earlier. Last 48 hours. You see, I was checking a little bit earlier, which had a lower. It's increasing. It's all because of me. No, I praise the Lord. It's the only thing that's going to keep PAX Day alive. But, yeah, talking about selling, revamping, adding all this stuff. Who's going to do that? And exactly, okay, you gotta have like a team of 500 people. You know, you're gonna send it to some low-paid, you know, I'm gonna say it, Ukrainian or Chinese or in India or in Madagascar. You know, some very, very inexpensive workers who, you know, wish they got paid money. Look at all these things. These are all my old streams. I had a copy, as I said. Anyway, we'll have this going. That's sure fun. Gotta have content. Maybe someone will watch it again. I'll change the thumbnails, since I lost those.
Okay, my friend, have a great day. See you on the next one.
Yep, alright, Flo. I'm gonna take off myself. I thank you for joining me. It's been a joy. See you soon.
It's been a journey.
And a journey. A little bit of a journey. We haven't walked very far, but yeah, I'll catch you later, Flo. And everybody else, may the Lord bless you. And the Lord bless you. Because He reaches out for you. Just don't shirk away. And what's He gonna do? He made you. Alright. It's wonderful. It's marvelous. It's a thumbnail. Oh no, wrong one. Here, make it pretty. Good timing. Now close out your my fruit. I'll make sure to be on and stuff like that. catch the rest of the crowd as they catch up with me. You know, first of all, welcome back. And you're welcome. If you catch this, my Discord. I don't put up my Discord link. How about them apples? I'll do that. But my Discord. Christ Catnaps. There you go. You take it easy out there. I'm listed as Christ Catnap. That's Christ Catnap. I'm Benji. This is EPIOUSIOS. D for play. It's just the way we are. Redundant to even call it that. EPIOUSIOS isn't from me. That's from the Lord. And I believe the Lord is helping us with PAX DEI. If that sounds crazy, tune in. You'll hear worse. Alright. Take it easy. Keep your sticks on the ice. Maybe.